I'm going to have to attribute that to Reggie Griffin. Reggie Griffin was the leader of Manchild, and later on in life, he became the in-house music producer at Sugar Hill Records. And many of those great records, he played all the instruments. He played all the instruments on. As a matter of fact, he played all the instruments on Shaka Khan's big hit "I Feel for You." Reggie and I used to be managed by the same manager way back in the day, and he was a con artist ripoff manager kind of guy.
Right.
And I saw Manchild open up for the Average White Band at the convention center, and we talked after the show, and he asked me, "What are you doing now?" And I said, "Well, I just formed a new band with some cousins of mine from Danville, Illinois. But after seeing you guys, I don't want to do this anymore because you guys are so awesome." He said, "Well, take my number and give me a call tomorrow, and I want you to come see us at Gordy's Lounge where we have a resident gig going on for the whole week." So I called him the next day, and he said, "Come out tonight and see us at Gordy's Lounge." So I went to see him, and after they got through playing at the end of the night, he said, "Sit here for a minute." And they all went downstairs and had a meeting. When he came back upstairs, they surrounded me. I thought I was getting ready to be jumped. And he said, "We want you to join the band and play Briefcase." And I was like, "What?" And it was sort of giving an affirmation to the fact that they knew that I knew a lot about business because I'd done that in college and had worked on a lot of things. So that was in October of 1975. So I hung up the hat of being a performer, more or less, at that particular point in time. I did make another slight reentry to it in about 1982, I think it was. But that's really not my thing. I prefer to be behind the scenes. But my first client ever was a guy named Rodney Stepp, because I used to host the talent shows at Shortridge High School, and that's where I first met Rodney. And I knew everybody on the scene, and Rodney used to be one of the stars of our talent shows because he was always a bad guy. And we were just so young then. I don't know that I even knew what the heck I was doing, but I was the manager, and then we were suckered into going out on the road with the Stylistics.
And you know what I'm getting ready to ask you, right?
I'm afraid.
Yeah, so we had him here, and it's so funny how the world is. He went to school with my family.
Okay.
And him and my cousin Wendell were best friends.
Okay.
Yeah, but he shared with me an encounter that you had that only you can tell. What was that about? And don't lie, because I asked him. I got his phone number now.
After we were convinced to go out with the Stylistics, we were at one city on the tour, and some fans came up and said, "These are not the Stylistics," because they had an album cover of the real Stylistics. So we were out on tour with some fake Stylistics.
Really?
And when I confronted them about this, there was some firearms pulled and said, "You guys are doing this tour or else." Okay. So we continued along with the tour. We got to Louisville, Kentucky, and the people started rioting at the concert when they realized it was the fake Stylistics. And we literally had to dive off of the stage to save our lives. Rodney and I have been trying to figure this out. We don't remember how we got from the venue to the Greyhound bus station, but we hightailed ourselves back to Indianapolis, and at some point in time, somebody came with a U-Haul truck or whatever and picked up the equipment, but it was scary, and we never heard from them again. I mean, it was really scary.
Yeah, he said it was a scary event. My question to you, let's go back a little bit. You mentioned that they had a briefcase meeting for you, basically.
Yes.
How skilled was your skill set with that position? Did you take the position knowing that you was going to home in on your craft? And how polished was your craft? Or did you just say, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to be good because now I got this opportunity?
Well, I had been hanging around Sunshine Promotions, who were the top music promoters in Indianapolis, and back in that day I really liked a lot of the rock bands and all the major rock stars. Sunshine would bring them to town, and they even brought them to the college that I went to. So I got an opportunity to look over contracts and see what a contract writer was like and know what was going on. Also did some studying in college about the business of music, as well as being a journalist. Then I interviewed many of the rock stars of that era of the 70s. So
Give me an idea of who was in the 70s.
Johnny Winter, Edgar Winter, 10 Years After, Janis Joplin, just, on and on, and I got to meet all of these people. I mean, I've met many of the major rock stars.